How's it, guys? I have an Easter message from the trapeze. Folks have told me to keep writing, so I thought I'd keep writing. And then as I started to share something on my mind, Lynette said, this is an important message, and her and Kara said, you need to tape this. So I jotted a few notes down. I got in my most pathetic looking position. But it's Saturday. Saturday between Good Friday and Easter. Everybody talks about Good Friday. Everybody talks about Easter Sunday. But everybody forgets about Saturday. It's kind of like a nothing day, a dead day. It's kind of a day that we like dye Easter eggs or whatever it is that we do, go hunt or go fish. But it's never considered a holy day, and I think that's probably wrong. But I want to go back 2,100 years or so. It's Saturday and Jesus is dead. His disciples are wiped out. Their leader, the one who they thought was going to bring them all the hope, is gone. It's a Sabbath day, so they're locked down. I mean, they're literally locked down in their houses. They can't even light a fire. They can't go out. They can't walk. They can't do all the things that usually bring them joy. And they're sitting in their houses and they're thinking, well, maybe when we're freed up, we're going to do this. As a matter of fact, Jesus' mom and a few of their friends are thinking, as soon as we get out of this Sabbath jail, we got to go anoint Jesus' body. In fact, think about this. It's kind of like they were stuck behind their masks. They weren't free, and their joy was sapped and had slipped away. And really, how were they going to go forward? What were they going to do? Kind of sounds like today, doesn't it? I mean, what are we going to do if the economy doesn't start up? What are we going to do if I get sick? I better wear my mask. I better wear my gloves. I better do this. Oh, and you know what? I'm not making fun. But that's where they were. They were locked down. It was Saturday. But what they didn't realize was that the work of the cross was done. On Saturday, while they sat locked down and hopeless, their sins were forgiven. But they hadn't experienced the joy of the resurrection. And they hadn't experienced the power of the Holy Spirit. But that doesn't mean that God was dead. In fact, God was still working. In fact, we hear in 1 Peter and in the book of Ephesians that Jesus went to hell and was preaching to the lost souls in prison. So while the world waited in darkness, Jesus was still working. Even though God seemed absent, his power was still there. And they just had to wait for his time and for his power. Easter Saturday this year means something awesome to me. I'm slowly dying of a liver disease. Not something I choose. It takes away my strength. But liver disease can't rob me of my joy, because the joy of the Lord truly is my strength. And I have joy and peace and power, and so can we, if God is our strength. See, liver disease and COVID-19 can't rob us of God's peace. We can be locked in, but we don't have to be locked down. God is still working. And we're told in the book of Corinthians that even death can't steal the love that Jesus has for us. God wasn't dead on that Easter Saturday 2,000 years ago. And he sure in heck isn't God today. Look for him. His hands are working in ways that we can't see because our eyes are, it's almost like our eyes are behind the mask. His love's made manifest in the paramedics. Thanks, guys. Firefighters, police, nurses, doctors, and all the medical workers like my daughter on the front lines. I wish I was there. His hands are shown by the grocery clerks, by the cooks and the janitors and the essential workers. He's working in every single volunteer who makes food or gives stuff. And he's there with people who are hungry and don't know where their next meal is. He's with every single patient who's sick and who struggles. And he's not abandoned the families who grieve for a lost one, because he knows, after all, God lost his only son in an unfair tragedy. He knows, and he's there. We just have to look at him with different eyes. Look for him. We have to wait. So don't get stuck on a Saturday of a lockdown. Wait and look for God with joyful expectation. His power, his love is ready to be shown to all of us. It's not a day of mourning. Easter Saturday is a day of celebration. I love you all. Happy Easter.